Hello everyone, this is Romario with a new Premodern video, and I've got a really good one for this video. I was kind of looking for ideas for Rebels decks, and funny enough, I found this list. And but before we get started, I kindly ask you to hit the subscribe button or the like button if you haven't already done so. But yeah, I came across this list, and I was surprised to see the name. I saw there was Michael Majors that played this deck at an event in Atlanta. Also surprisingly, I also saw that Sol Malka was also at the same event. Sol Malka, that if you've been keeping up with Magic, his name I think is usually associated with the Rock. But yeah, so 18 players event, and two very good players were playing, and Michael Majors played this deck apparently, and I thought it was really cool. As you can see, I've tried some Rebels decks before in Premodern. The Stacks one was okay. I've seen people running Rebels decks with Gaia's Cradle. I've seen counter Rebels the old extended version. But to be honest, I tried those decks, and then they were at best no fun Premodern decks, which is nothing wrong with it. But if you want to run a league and maybe entertain people to actually watch you, I didn't think those decks were good enough for that. Maybe I was just not playing them right. But then yeah, I found this list here. Again, it was it was a list that was Michael Majors was playing, and yeah, so it's a Rebels deck, but we also got the Draco Blast combo, which or Erratic Explosion Draco, which, to be fair, I've never played this combo in any of the decks that I've played. I'm aware that the combo existed. I remember seeing black-red versions with this combo. And it is a A plus B combo that deals 16 damage, so you do have to find a way to drop your opponent's life total from 20 to 16 at least. And like I said, I've never played with this combo before, so in the video I might make a mistake or two when it comes to try to set up the combo. Basically, obviously after you have the Draco on top of your deck, it's fairly easy for you to just target your opponent and cast it. But there is a little setup with this. Obviously we have 2 copies of Enlightened Tutor that can help with that. So if you have a red explosion, you can search for Draco, and basically you can do all in the same turn, right? You can, if you have 4 mana, you can Enlightened Tutor for Draco, put it on top of your deck, Erratic Explosion, target your opponent, and if they're 16 life total or less, you can win the game. We also have 3 copies of Scroll Rack that can kind of help you in case you draw Draco, or if you're looking for one of the pieces of your combo. Also, Scroll Rack goes really well with cards like Tithe, which is, I guess, the spiritual. What is the word I'm looking for here? It's the card that we're running now that we can't run land tax, right? It's a much more, I guess, fair way to run that kind of effect. So Scroll Rack plus Tithe, it's a sweet synergy. You need Scroll Rack only works if you have cards in your hand, right? So Tithe helps you with that. And with this deck does not have the many fetch lands, which is another card that I do like to usually play in conjunction with Scroll Rack, because sometimes you kind of try to use Scroll Rack sort of like an old, a different version of a Sensei's Divining Top or mini Brainstorm, depends how you want to see it. But we do have, of course, all the Rebels, right? They can do the same thing. They all shuffle your deck, right? Well, not all of them, except for the Whipcorder and the Nightwind Glider. But the other ones, they all shuffle your deck. So plenty of ways to put cards in your hand and shuffle your deck, right? So you get fresh looks every time you activate Scroll Rack. And then, of course, since we're playing a sort of a white mini deck, we do have copies of Mother Runes. Interesting, there's only 3 copies of Mother Runes. Maybe Michael could just not figure out the slot for the 4th one, or maybe just one of the only 3. Mother Runes is a creature that you can't find with any of the Rebels in this deck, because it's not a Rebel, it's just a human cleric. So you can't find with a Linciv or any of the Rebels. And so for the creatures that we're running, there's a 4 Ramosian Sergeant. That's a creature you can play on turn 1 that can, of course, go up the chain, because you can go Ramosian Sergeant into Ramosian Lieutenant, and then Lieutenant can either find Whipcorder or Nightwind Glider or Linciv. I'm sorry, actually, Sergeant can also find Whipcorder. But in the little experience I had with this deck, it seems like usually you go Ramosian Sergeant into Lieutenant, and then Lieutenant finds Linciv, and then you kind of set up your basically just play at instant speed, where you always play at the end of your opponent's turn. But those are the creatures you're running. So the Sergeant can find 2 creatures, Rebels with permanent 2 or less, and Ramosian Lieutenant can find rebels that casting cost 3 or less, right? And then we have the 3 Whipcorders. That card is amazing in this deck. The little bit of times that I played against this card, the times I played with this card is really, really good. It's definitely, if you're new to Premodern, it might seem like, oh, it's just a 2/2 that taps your opponents, but it does a lot. It's definitely one of the key components of this deck. Nightwind Glider, I think this might be, I think between the Tormod that we see in the sideboard that has protection from red, or Nightwind Glider that has protection from black, I guess it depends on your meta. Maybe there's a reason to have the pro black in the main deck. Maybe if you think you're going to run more into, I guess, Hypnotic Spectre, maybe type of creatures, or I don't know, the Wretch, I guess. I'm not really sure. Maybe there's a reason to have the pro black in the main deck instead of the pro red. I tend to think more people play decks that have red, even though Moneyball Black is kind of a popular deck. So maybe it's just a toss-up. And it's really hard to have both of them in the main deck, right? So I think maybe there's more to that than just preference. But then we have 2 copies of Linsciv. Linsciv, probably the best rebel we have in the deck, but it is a legendary creature, and you don't want to draw multiple copies of it. And honestly, even having your opening hand is not that great. So I think the 2 copies, it's fine. I don't think 3 might be too many. I think 2 is just fine because you can just always find it with the other rebels. And you want to have at least more than 1 copy because Linsciv does have the second ability that says put target rebel from your library, from your graveyard to the bottom of your library. So one of them dies. If you find a second one, then let's say your opponent is going to try to kill again, then you can put the first one back in the deck, and that way they never, unless it gets first Plowshares, obviously that's a different conversation. But if they go to the graveyard, you can always put it back. Then we have 2 copies of Lightning Bolt, just more removal spells. They also help with the Erratic Explosion combo because, like I said, if they're above 16 life, you can kill them with Draco. Lightning Bolt helps with that. And then we have the 3 copies of Erratic Explosion. The lands is just like a very red-white mana base. We have the Battlefield Forge, which is the red-white pain land. There's 1 copy of Cedar Breast, 1 copy of Grand Coliseum. Again, not really sure why the split, but we're just going to go with that. 3 mountains and 9 plains. And then we have 1 Rith Grove that kind of works, I guess, with Tithe too, and also helps fix the mana. I think those things are, the layered lands are very, very good in Premodern. I think they always, most 2 or 3 color decks can definitely use them. And then this one, of course, since we have Tithe, also had a little piece of synergy too. And then we have the 3 copies of Windswept Heath. Again, they don't really help fixing your mana, but they help shuffling with the scroll rack. Also, there's little tricks you can do with Tithe. If you're on the play, you can always play a land. The opponent plays a land. You pass back to you, play a fetch land. They play a land. And now you can fetch, and in response, you cast your Tithe. Resolve Tithe, get 2 lands, and then your fetch land resolves. So now you have 2 lands in play and 2 more planes you just searched up with Tithe. So there's little things. So, and they do come up. And then we have, the little Enlightened Tutor package in the main deck. We do have the Seal of Cleansing that, of course, very good in Premodern. A Phyrexian Furnace. The 3 copies of Scroll Rack, I don't know if, I guess you can always search with Enlightened Tutor too. 1 copy of Tsabo's Web. Tsabo's Web can be back-breaking for a lot of decks. Pretty much any deck that's running Mishra's Factory, Rishadon Ports, and Treetop Villages. Very, very good card. And Draco, of course, because it's the other piece of the Erratic Explosion combo. And in the sideboard, we have more Enlightened Tutor targets. We have Circle of Protection Red. We have Warmth. And I guess Worship kind of falls into the same category here of things that really good against Sly, especially. And then we have the other copy of Nightwind Glider and another copy of Tormod Glider. I'm really hoping to see Worship Glider lock someone, a Sly player, out of the game, maybe if they don't have Anarchy. And then we also have Aura Silence. Very, very good against Enchantress. Which, by the way, I don't know if this deck has a chance against Enchantress in game 1, but we'll see. Maybe we won't get paired against Enchantress, but we do have Enlightened Tutor for Aura Silence as an option. And then 4 copies of Red Elemental Blast. Premodern is the format that can be very blue sometimes. Earthquake, I guess just a catch-all, especially if you're playing against elves or goblins, any deck that goes wide. Earthquake's pretty good at that. We have a copy of Tormod's Crypt, I guess, to kind of supplement the Phyrexian Furnace, and another copy of Tsabo's Web. Copy of Tsabo's Web, which, again, I'm a big fan of Tsabo's Web. I think the card is very, very good, and there are a lot of decks in the format that, again, running the lands I was talking about, like Overshadowing Ports and lands that turn into creatures, that kind of stuff. With all that being said, I think I already talked too much about this deck, especially since the deck that I didn't build. So a lot of the stuff I'm just kind of trying to figure out as I go. But yeah, let's go try to find an opponent, and we'll see you guys for round 1. All right, so we're here for round 1. And playing against my buddy Max. Painter. I say Painter Connoisseur, I guess. He just asked me if I was running away from Car and Legacy. All right, I think I can keep this one. I think I'm just gonna. Just say good luck. So this doesn't really give me enough information for me to decide if I wanted to Enlightened Tutor for anything. Okay, they're playing like probably like a green-red. Oh, this deck. So it's probably like a Ponza type of deck, right? All right, so what we're gonna do, I'm gonna attack, and I will play Mom. So they're gonna trigger Oath. Oh, is this a volcanic spray? Okay. All right, so good. So they. Yep, they're gonna kill my Mother Runes. They don't do anything after, probably. Alright, so I can plow that guy. And I think I just get I kinda wanna get either Tsabo's Web or Seal of Cleansing. Maybe Seal of Cleansing, right? So that way they can't. Oh, I think I'm going to Tsabo's Web. Alright, I can just attack again. Because the truth is, they do need to have more creatures to be able to kill me. And since I have double swords to Plowshares, yes, I know they're going to go 38 life, but now they have 10 cards left in their deck. And I think I'm just going to go ahead and play this thing. So if I plow my own Whipcorder, well, I'd have to find another source of Plowshares. I guess I'll just attack then. Like, it's really awkward for them to activate Oath again. That's basically just what I'm trying to say. No. There is obviously a chance that they just cast Terravore, and they do have enough turns to kill me. So they kept 2 cards. See, like every Shadow Port is not going to untap. I don't think there's a reason to do this, right? No, it's the same card I'm going to draw next turn. Okay. Scroll Relic takes a long time on Magic Online, so I try not to use it if I don't have to. So is there any cards that I want to... Yeah, I think I will cast this guy. Protection from black. Is it going to matter? No, I think I'm just going to pass. I played a lot of like Ultra Druid's deck, and I remember that Tsabo's Web is kind of a pain in the butt because if you're not casting spells, you really want to be using your Mishra's Factory to attack or treetop villages or overshot and port your opponent. And if you can't do that, okay. I was gonna draw Lightning Bolt, not very relevant. All right. So the one thing I don't like about this deck, I couldn't find I don't have any way to really protect all my creatures. I keep forgetting the name of the two enchantments from Urza Saga that give protection from red and one from black. I should see if I can look it up. And I thought about adding to this deck. Well, actually, this is not good content for me to be looking at cards while I'm recording this, but I think I usually add those cards to my any of the White Weenie type of decks. Absolute Law, that's what I was thinking. And then there's Absolute Grace, that's protection from black. And I thought it would be relevant this deck here because since we're trying to protect all the little creatures from things like Pyroclasm. So I don't think Lightning Bolt is as relevant here. This one's definitely not as good. I think I do want the Thermal Glider. I think I want another Tsabo's Web. Now, Tormod's Crypt is good. I don't know what else I want. I mean, I really want to have Disenchant and Aura of Silence, but I don't know what to cut here. I want to keep Enlightened Tutor. Maybe just leave it like that. But I only have one way to destroy enchantments. And I don't know if that's enough. I don't want to shape a lot of my creatures. Actually, maybe Mother Rune's not as great because Terravor has Trample. Maybe just keep but then I just keep one Mother Runes. That doesn't make sense too. I mean, I could just bring one copy of Lightning Bolt. Worship would be kind of funny if it actually works. All right, I'll do it like this. I don't think Worship is. Maybe I should have just been Lightning Bolt because it does tag things like Mishra's Factory and Treetop Village. Speaking of which, okay, we don't have a turn 1 creature though. So in this case, I have 8 cards, right? So I'll go up to 9, play 1. That's not good then. Okay. Let's just play this guy then. And I think I have to use Seal of Cleansing as a disenchant, right? Because okay. Tsabo's Ride would be sweet here. I think I'm gonna do this at instant speed so that way reduces my chance of drawing more lands. Alright, let's kill that thing, I guess. And swing for one. Very aggressive. So Draco deals 16 damage, right? Okay, so if I draw Enlightened Tutor, Mishra's Factory. Okay, I'm just gonna animate both of them. Okay, cool. That's 4 points of damage. That's nothing. I could have blocked them once, so that way they can't. Is this 4 mana to activate this thing? It's a lot of mana. Alright. I mean, if I attack with this, I don't think they're going to take the trade, right? So I think it's a free attack. Don't we have a... How big is it? 12. Okay. It's possible I managed this game a little, not ideally, but... Alright, so I'll take 13... I think they run Earthquakes in this deck, don't they? Oh, not Terravore. Alright. So I don't have any creatures that fly, because the only one that's flying is in my hand. Okay. I'm going to port one of my lands. All right. Huh. So I think I'm just dead, right? Because I can't tap all 3 Terravores. Well, if Draco's on top of my deck, then I win. I did not win. All right, let's go to game 3. Yeah, I think Worship is just too ambitious. I think 1 Lightning Bolt's probably fine. Alright, I think I like this hand. Got things to do. Basic lands, don't lose the wastelands. I think I'm just gonna start with a scroll rack then. So I have a total of what, three ways of dealing with Oath of Druids. Let me just play a fetch then. Yeah. Try to take advantage of this scroll rack. Mishra's Factory. Alright. I'm gonna get attack for 2. I think I'm gonna save the Enlightened Tutor in my hand because most likely I'm gonna cast it anyways. Alright, so I can just put everything back and it doesn't matter the order. I'm going to... so how do I do this? So I'm going to fetch and then in response I'm going to cast this. I'll get 2 planes. And then this will resolve. Cast Enlightened Tutor. Get this thing. And it kind of replaces itself, so it's kind of cool. Actually, I shouldn't play the land. And I think I should send back this Tormod Crypt. I don't think I need to play it now. Alright, so that's an Oath of Druids. Okay, so I found a Disenchant. I'm just going to draw the Tithe. And this costs 3 mana to do it, so that means I have to play on land. I mean, I can also just attack. I think I'm just going to play a land, and I don't like it, but... Okay. Wasteland. I'll just get... I guess I get this guy so I can go up the chain of... Another Oath of Druids. Okay. I guess Seal... Well, I guess I can get Aura Silence. No, I guess Seal Cleansing. And we're gonna kill this thing. And I get to attack for 2. And they have 4 lands, right? So the same amount of lands I have. So, alright, so we can't really do anything. But Max plays another land, which they did. Alright, so now I get to do this, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. I get 2 more lands. Oh, this is not what I want to see. Let's see. I guess... I'm just going to attack. And I think I'm just going to pass. I think I want all these cards in my hand so I can scroll rack. A smokestack. All right. All right, so let's see. Definitely put those 3 back. Done. All right. Okay, now we're gonna grab 2 more lands. I wish I could smokestack again. I mean, not smokestack, but a scroll rack. We almost had the combo. So I think the play here is to just... I guess I can just attack with this guy. And then I can find a Rebel with this guy. Oh, hold on. Maybe I should have leave this one on tap, because then I can get the red, the one that has protection from red. Because now if they have Pyroclasm, it's kind of awkward. Alright, so I'm gonna... Oh, shoot. Hold on a second. I also should have probably scroll rack first. And then get a shuffle. Alright, not playing very sharp here. So I think I'm gonna put this 3, and then if I mean 4, and then if I do wanna shuffle, okay, I think I do want the Erratic Explosion. Okay, they destroyed my thing. Yeah, was it lands? So now I attack with those 2. So I'm gonna stack a permanent. It's a Terror War. Okay. Is Lindsay the best one I can grab? Show me the 3, 1, 3. No, I think I just get the Whipcorder. So they don't have Mishra's factor in there anymore, so I'm just gonna take those 2 out. You just have to tap that guy. I'm gonna swing for 4. Can play a land. Can play this thing. If, hold on, 1, 2, 3. No, 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, so, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lands. That it's kind of awkward, so I can't bolt. So it's an 11-11. This side of the board. So I think as long as my stuff doesn't get Pyroclasm in a way, I think I can win here. I'll take 5. Not a Terror War. Okay, then I think I just bolt them. Okay, cool. Oof, that was a nail biter at the end. I was curious about Magic Online's not gonna let me do it. I was trying to see like if your Erratic Explosion last turn would have made a difference, because I had 3 mana available. So like anything that's I guess that I don't know how many I do have a bunch of 1-drops in this deck, and a 2-drop wouldn't make that much of a difference, right? Because they were at 6, so I needed something for to deal 3 points of damage, really. All right, well, that was round 1. See you guys here for round 2. All All right, so we're back here for round 2, and this hand looks capable. We have a turn 1 creature. I have a way to put Draco back, I guess. We're playing against. Wouldn't surprise me if it's Dreadnought. It feels like every other game I play on Magic Online is someone's playing 12-12 against me, so we'll see. So I can't really activate this thing next turn. A powder keg. No, that's awkward. I'm gonna cast this while I can, because now they have to decide what they want to do. If they want to deal with the Rebel or Scroll Rack. And I really need a way to put this back in my deck, so definitely want a Draco in my hand. Okay, so they decide to just get rid of the Rebel guy. I think I can kind of take my time here, I guess. Okay, I'm gonna do this now just in case they try to stifle my fetch. Excuse me. Oh, there's an explosion, erratic explosion. So I guess I can just not fetch. I think the Draco, no, of course, only deals 16 damage, right? Not the full 20. Now I'm just gonna play this guy. The only awkward part here is that if I'm trying to do the Draco Erratic Explosion combo, then I can't use the fetch land, at least not for now. They do have only 3 cards in hand, so maybe I can run them out of cards. And also need to get them to at least 16 life. This deck, I think the current versions of Dreadnought, they play 0 fetch lands. I think it's just like islands and spells. So it's like, against some of the other decks, like, you can expect opponent to fetch a couple of times and you bolt, and it's like, all right, they're 16 life. But against Dreadnought decks, like, that's not the case. I do have copies of Source of Blush in the deck too, which it might help against. No, if I can keep Dreadnought away from me. Okay. So I think I just want to draw the planes, I guess. No, the Ramosian Sergeant. Actually, you know what? I should have not had even played the land. Unless they counter this guy, then it's all good. Yeah, it's worth it. Alright, let's just cast this one then. I'm gonna gush in response. Again, I'm just trying to get 16 points. They get their life total to 16. Now they do have 7 cards in hand. I know 2 of them are islands, but still, it's a lot of cards. They have 4 cards in hand now. Oh, I should have spun, I guess, the scroll rack. I know that's the term that we used to use for Sensei's Divining Top in Legacy. So, yeah, I'm gonna do this right now because I don't. All right, so Draco goes at the bottom, and I guess I can play Mother Runes. I guess I don't. Yeah, it actually no, it is relevant because if they try to Chain of Vapors, this guy, I I can protect it. I don't think I want to play both of them because again, Scroll Rack, I do need to have cards in my hand for it to be relevant. So that currently there's 17 life, not enough reach for Erratic Explosion, but it is something. So they're gonna like mini dig through time, I guess. Look at 5, take 1 card. Pretty powerful card in Premodern. Yeah, for a deck like Dreadnought, the deck building constraints are basically 0. Alright, so they're gonna stifle that. Well, not stifle, but Vision Charm. I mean, I guess if I have 2 stifles, I'm in bad shape. And I can't attack. Alright, I'll try to tap that guy. Oh. See how this is gonna be? I mean, I guess I could make another Dreadnought and then things get real bad for me real fast. Not a gush. I mean, I'm assuming their hand there's a lot of lands and at least 1 or 2 counter spells or counter magic. Well, I guess Premodern mostly is counter spell actually. I don't like to use the term counter spell because counter spell can be anything. Okay. So I think I'm gonna poke them with one of the Mother Runes. Yeah, let's keep tapping this thing, I guess. I mean, I can stifle one time, but if they stifle twice. It's another island. Yeah, I need to find creatures. This is the time for me to give up on the Draco plan and just get creatures, I guess. This is a source to Plowshares. I don't know if I should just give up on that, because the chance that they're resolving. Alright, maybe this is a mistake. I'm not sure. Maybe they just stifle this and then no. So we have the same amount of lands. Alright. Alright, let's attack. And I guess I'll pass. Or we have both 5 lands. Peak. Peak is good. Is he going to prevent them from casting another, not casting, but playing another land? Oh, I forgot to tap this thing. That was super bad. I was so lost in the conversation about Tithe and Source of Plowshares that I completely forgot about tapping their Phyrexian Dreadnought and their upkeep. Okay, so if they drew a stifle on their draw step, I could be in trouble. That was my mistake. Obviously, the Vision Charm doesn't matter in this situation because I wasn't trying to kill Dreadnought, but okay. So I'm gonna try to do this now before they draw cards. All right. So we're Gucci here. Yeah, this Tithe is just going to be like a shuffle effect. I'm not going to be able to capitalize on it because they're going to... Okay, so they're going to make another Dreadnought. All right. So they're going to stifle it. Okay. Let's look at those 2 cards. It's Draco again. Let's see. I guess I can try to Enlightened Tutor. Now we get a self-cleansing. And okay. All right, I guess, let me see how I want to do this. I think I'm going to try to source the Plowshares first. Kind of sucks that they're going to go up to like 27 life if it resolves. But it is what it is. This is game 1. This is kind of like what I got going on here. I think if I had a Civ, okay, they're gonna misdirection. All right. I mean, I guess I'll have to. It's gonna get pro white. Then nothing happens. Okay. Let's try to spin Scroll Rack. Oh, this card's don't do anything. So it's gonna cost me 1 life to not die this turn. Unless they have another Siphon and they don't. All right. Okay, so they have 5 cards in hand. I'm sure one of them will deal with my Source of Plowshares if I find one. And I think I'm going to do this first because it gives me a higher chance of finding what I'm looking for. All right, I was not able to find what I was looking for here. All right, so we're gonna go to game 2. All right, so I've got some stuff that I can bring here. Let me see. So I want all the blast effects, I think. And I think I want this and this. I think Worship might actually work here. All right, so Phyrexian Furnace. Actually, this one, hold on, let me debate on this one because as much as I think the Flash of Insight's good, I don't know if it's good enough that I want to Phyrexian Furnace. I think this combo here, I don't know if this is good. It feels like it's really hard for me to resolve that against their deck. I feel like this whole matchup is about just get Dreadnought off the board. Alright, because then I could shave the Lightning Bolt and then take this off. Something like this. Then I can keep Phyrexian Furnace. Trying to think. I do like this combo though. Like, I just think against Dreadnought, it's kind of hard for me to pull this off. They did see some of the red cards that I had. I mean, because I don't know which one is better. So you have Phyrexian Furnace or Lightning Bolts in the deck. Lightning Bolt gives you a little bit of reach. You know what? I'm gonna submit like this, but also Tithe. Maybe it's not great against them because it's easy for them to just have less lands than I do. Alright, this hand's pretty good. Then next turn, I gotta decide what I want to do. Oh, okay. I thought they're gonna. Is the Essence Flare? It's a card that I've seen people playing all. I think it's Scroll Rack here because I don't have 3 mana to activate either this guy or this one, so I think I need to just draw more lands. Here's an Essence Flare. All right. And a Portent. I think that sucks with this, the way Rebels were designed. So like, you always have to have more mana than you can activate. So it's like, obviously it's a common, like from a draft set from like a long time ago, but I feel like it should have been like 1 mana, 2 mana to activate, and then I don't know if they'll make them too powerful. I don't think so. But like this guy, for instance, like costs 2 mana, but it's 4 mana to activate. But that's how I guess they designed them. Let me see if I can find a third land. We did. All right, cool. So I don't think I need Scroll Rack. These can just chill on top of my library, I guess. We'll just cast Ramosian Lieutenant. So Essence Flare doesn't kill this one the first turn, so I would be able to activate 1 time before it goes away. So I think, I think I might have ordered my cards a little wrong off the top of my deck, but so if I remember correctly, I think I have Source of Plowshares and Seal of Cleansing on top of the deck. So I think I'm going to spin Scroll Rack, grab those 2. I got to figure out, because I think I just want to like shuffle after that. Now put this 2 back and draw. Okay, then I mean, I guess I'll draw Mother Runes because that's the one that I can't search with like the Rebels ability. That's a Flash of Insight. Powder Keg would be kind of disastrous here. Gush, okay. I always get opt and peek kind of confused with the new art because it looks like this person is looking at your hand. Yeah, so I'm going to try to find the rebel with this guy. I'm just going to get a Lin Civ. This guy's supposed to be in my deck. So I'll attack with this dude. He's gonna play Mother Runes. I guess if I really want to, I can scroll rack this back and then search one and Civ. There's a powder keg. I think I'm gonna grab the creature that has, well, no, 3, then they're just gonna kill my Lin Civ. I guess 1. Yeah, let me just do that. That way I have, well, I do have Mother Runes too, but I don't think they're gonna try to. Oh, Jesus Christ. I guess we just attack then. Well, so this one's the, well, Lin Civ is the most efficient one, right? Yeah, I was swinging for 3. Some impulse, and I definitely have to scroll rack here and put those 2 Whipcorders back in the deck. I think that's correct. I think they're gonna probably, well, they can pop this at 2 or 3. I think either one is good for them. Or they can just hold on to it, put it at 2 and not do anything. Actually, that's probably the best way for them to handle that situation. Okay, and put this back in my deck. Then he shuffles. Oh, no, it doesn't shuffle, does it? It does not. I thought it shuffled. That's why I did it that way. All right, it's all good. I don't think I'm too upset with that. This is like mana neutral, right? And yeah, I think I'm just gonna attack first. I hate attacking Mother Runes, but I think it's one of those things I just have to do it. This Rith Grove it's so not efficient here. I mean, I guess it's not terrible, but Because the way you're supposed to use these things is like you float mana and you kind of... But in this case here, I don't want to do anything in my main phase. Because I think my plan here, I have to have like a spread of like different casting costs, right? I think that's the best way to do it. I mean, if I play a Whipcorder as a morph, maybe. That's a Dreadnought. Okay. I'm gonna stifle. I think that's okay. So I'm gonna try to put those two back. Okay, any order. Just kind of want to get a shuffle effect here, really. Alright, so how I want to handle this, I can... I can try to do at instant speed. So I think I'm gonna try to do this first. I mean, everything's gonna get countered. Vision Charm. Alright, that's not terrible that the Vision Charming, because now I get one more attack in. If they do this, if they pop this for 2, then I just get Whipcorder, right? And it's easy for me to. Alright, so let's scroll wreck first. I think I'm gonna do this too. Okay, found a thing here, the Pyroblast. Don't want to draw the warship just yet. Oh, I was supposed to get another white 1-drop. Jeez, I'm just not playing very tight. Alright, so let's just attack then. I'll leave Lindsay behind, so that's 4. It's annoying that I forgot to shuffle, because now there's, well... They don't have a Flash of Insight there. And I don't want to draw... I don't want to draw the... I do want to draw Warship, because Warship would make it hard for them to kill me. So if I play Whipcorder, maybe they pop this, then I lose my scroll rack. Alright, I think I'm just going to try to plow and then See if this works. Oh, they put it at 3. Interesting. Did I miss the last turn? Oh, they're gonna do it for it. All right. Actually, hold on. I can only I anticipate 2, right? Okay, Whipcorder. And so I lose Crow Rack. I think it's fine here. No, I don't lose because they put it at 3. Oh, again. So just realized that I'm way behind the clock here. Thinking now, if they counter this, I think I just let it resolve actually. Them being at 6 life, I think they're gonna have to resolve another Dreadnought. They're gonna source the Plowshares on the my creatures. All right, I think that's, well, they're probably gonna try to source Plowshare this guy, right? So I go to 22. Okay, I think that's actually okay. They're gonna make another Dreadnought? No, they're gonna peek. Okay. And so the Phyrexian Furnace, I guess it is kind of biting me in the butt now. If I had Lightning Bolt instead of Phyrexian Furnace in my hand, it could be a difference maker here, right? So I think for game, if we go to game 3, then I think maybe just have Lightning Bolts to give that extra reach. Just lands. All right. Okay. Let's try to play this thing. Try to cast this thing. Alright, and I can't do anything else besides just attacking. Yeah, if that was a lightning bolt, then I would have another angle of attack, and instead I don't. I mean, it's on my hand, so I'm assuming they got everything covered, but maybe I should have left another creature to block. I don't know, but all right. They did bring Hydroblast. Yeah, if I left another creature to block, do I get there? Maybe. Well, then it's kind of hard for me to find the extra damage. All right, well played, opponents. Yeah, I think I could have played a little tighter in the last game too, but all right. Well, let's see if we can get a 4-1 dream. All right, so back here for round 3, and looks like I'm on the play. this hand, well, no, I don't think it's very good, right? Draco and Explosion in my hand. That's without Scroll Wreck. All right, so this one I can just put this guy back, which where he belongs in the deck. I guess I just play a Plains. I mean, not Plains. Fetch land. Oh, hold on a second. That's not the same. I was thinking it was the other Rebel. Never mind. I was thinking like it was Ramosian Lieutenant or. Alright, so we're playing against another Ponza deck. Perhaps. So if I play a land, I'm just gonna do this. I'm attack. My hand is much less prepared to deal with this than it was the last game. Let's see, one library 2. Alright, so let's think first things first. I don't know if I should have just plowed my own creature. And then what? How do I get to win the game? Alright, so they're going to put another Terror in play. So it's an 11-11 now. Oh, 12-12. Alright, double reshot on port. Alright, can't attack that guy. So we have 4 cards in hand, and well, actually they are 15 life. I don't know if that's gonna matter, but maybe. Most likely not then. Yeah, I guess I'll block here. I'll take 13, go to 6. I'm not gonna do the thing. Alright, let's see if I can find the source of Plowshares. I think I'm dead, right? Because I can just attack with a 2. Yeah, okay. Alright, let's see. So, definitely Salve's Web, and I think I want all the things that destroy enchantments, and Thermal Glider instead of the other one. Tormod's Crypt. So Tithe is very good against them. Nightwind Glider is not great. And I do have to cut 4 cards. I think the 1 mana I don't know if I like modern runes that much because it's a turn one play, and then all they gotta do is just play Oath, and then I'm very sad. And other creatures have trample, so it's not amazing. I think this one I can keep, even though it's got a Draco, because I do have a way to shuffle it back. So I'm just gonna do this. Let's see if it's okay, I guess. I think I'm gonna cast a Scroll Rack as a turn 3 play, because if it gets naturalized, it's gonna be terrible. I'd rather not lose my thing. All right, well, don't have that choice. All right, so let's do this then. I'll pick this up and no, if they naturalize, probably just lose the game. Okay, it's a Civil Library. Okay, we're okay with that. All right, and I guess I'm just gonna pass the turn now. Really just want to find a Tsabo's Web, because I think that combination of sheer resistance plus Reshadow Port, if they don't tap their stuff, I think that's pretty good for me. Oh, they're at 12. Oh, okay, well then that's the plan. I'm gonna try to Draco them, or Erratic Explosion them, I guess what I'm trying to say. And Scroll Rack, and I'm just gonna, I guess, just do my entire hand. Oof, it's a lot of explosions there. I guess I'll put it at the bottom and just keep drawing lands, I guess. I think their plan is gonna be like Reshadow Port me to death. Yep. Yeah, just play our planes and say go. Unfortunately, Erratic Explosion is a sorcery, so I can't just respond. Alright, so they're 11 life. So I need to draw either a mountain or Battlefield Forge. Is that what it's called? Red-white Painland. There's 7 life now. They're very aggressive with their Civil Library. Which I like it. Usually that's how I play Civil Library too. Those decks, you don't really have any cantrips, anything like that. So I think that's probably the correct way to actually play that card. Actually, I can put my entire hand here because I don't. All right, we found a thing. Okay. I don't think it matters that much how we do this part. Okay, and so they're gonna do this, and then I'm going to do this. I'm gonna put my entire hand except for the City of Brass. Okay. This is on my upkeep, so I think I'm just gonna put this, and I'll draw the Swords of Plowshares. I'll draw a card, and we're gonna cast this, targeting them. And it should be 16 damage. Sweet. Alright, so like I said, if that Scroll Rack didn't stick around, let's say if they had a way to destroy like a naturalized, then I would have been in trouble there. All right. Okay, I think I can keep this one. I think Enlightened Tutor for Tsabo's Web is a very good play. Tithe is a good play against him too. Do I need to Tithe now? Probably not. Alright, so they're gonna reshot and port me. No, maybe I just do this now. I'm just gonna go to my discard and then get rid of Linsiv. Curse totem. Okay. You're trying to stop me from doing things. I'm going to try to stop you from doing things. That's very good too. All right, so they've got 5 cards in hand. Oh, they crumble my thing. Well, that's mean. I do have another Tsabo's Web in the deck though, so it's not all that terrible. And I'm at 22 life and they're at 19. Looks like they're stuck on those 3 lands. So if I draw another Tsabo's Web, I think I'm in good shape. I guess we can just play a fetch. Alright, let's play this guy here, because that one doesn't get affected by this or the red removal spell. Yeah, I'll fetch. I don't think I mean, he could be playing Armageddon, I guess, but I don't know if there's a reason to play Ramosian Lieutenant, though. Probably not. Okay. Oh, Jesus. Alright, I'm going to hold on to the other lands in my hand in case... Actually, you know what? I'm just going to play this guy. In case I draw Squirrel Wreck. Also, I'm not sure if they're an Armageddon deck. They could be an Armageddon deck. I saw white in their deck, so like usually it means they could have Armageddon. So... I'm gonna tap it. All right. All right, so I'm gonna swing for 3. Because now they have mana to, well, they're playing lands, so maybe they don't have Oath of Dreads. Okay. That is annoying. I drew too many lands. Alright, so I have to kill that because otherwise the game is just GG. And the problem with Draco in my hand is like I can't even like just draw whatchamacall. A second curse totem. Okay. I can just draw Erratic Explosion and expect to get there. So all right, let's swing for 3. I guess I'm gonna play lands now because I need to get across the finish line. Let me see. Trying to think. Play another creature. I don't think it matters. What does this guy do again? It's like this spell costs for each basically type among lands you control. It lets you pay 10. Okay, so it's literally just a combo piece. So I can never actually like oath into it or something. All right, so it's an 8/8. They're 8. Let me see. Did I did bring the lightning bolts, right? Okay. So let me see what I draw, because there's a possibility that I should just plow this guy. Can I do all this turn? Hold on, what does it cost more? Oh, I haven't paid 2. All right, let's do this. So this. Oh no, I need red mana to cast. Yeah. So it's I'm putting back those 3, right? 1, 2, 3. Okay. This works out perfectly too, because do I want to draw a land next turn? Oh. Because if they try to plow their Terra of War, then I can Tormod script this thing, right? All right, so I'm going to do this first. And I take 16. All right, cool. Wow, that was a nail biter again. Yeah, the cursed totems. I guess if I didn't draw this guy, I don't know if I'll be able to get there, because it's really hard to get across. Maybe. I mean, I don't know how many people are running multiple copies of cursed totem, but the thing that the other one is like a 3 mana 2/1 creature. I don't know if it's relevant for me to bring against Terra Vortex, but having a creature that has flying against a deck that I basically can't get through on the ground maybe makes sense. All right, so this is round 3. Let's see if we can live the 4/1 dream. All right, so we're back here for round 4. Looks like I'm on the draw, and I think I can keep this, actually. I was actually thinking about this deck between rounds 3 and 4, which was actually not recorded, like, back to back. And I was thinking if maybe there will be a version of Rebels that I could maybe run Ancient Tombs, or probably Ancient Tombs, to make it easier for you to activate the the Rebels before, because like the way the mana rate works, right? Like you cast for 1, but then it takes 2 more turns for you to be able to activate the ability. So like maybe if I add Standstill, interesting decision. Then you can get the creatures in play faster. That's what I was trying to say. Yeah, so I guess I'm just gonna pass here, and unfortunately Mother Rune is not a creature that I can find with this thing. Yeah, none of these cards do anything so far. So for 2 mana, I think I have to get one of these guys. Or Whipcorder, I guess. You gonna attack? Oh, then I guess I'll put a Whipcorder in front of it. Because this guy's, yeah, let's put a Whipcorder in front of it. It's like a removal spell, I guess. Yeah, I'll block your factory. Mostly because I can just I'm just gonna fetch this right now, really. I can just search for one of these guys and then get Linsiv in play, and then Linsiv can just put this back in my deck and we move on. Oh, I need 4 mana. That was alright, so I'm gonna get a Lieutenant. I guess I can play this guy. It's awkward that I keep drawing creatures though. Yeah, so I'll attack for 1. I like my creatures to be in my deck. Well, I guess if I get to the point that I have to discard, I can just discard them and then put them back in the deck, and etc. etc. Now, I wonder if it's just better to get the Nightwind Glider. No, I think I'm just going to get Linsiv. I think Linsiv is just better. Alright, so what I can do now, let me see. I need to stop Mishra's Factor from being a factor in the game, right? So what I can do is I'm gonna search for this guy, and then this guy is gonna find a. I can get this guy. Okay, and oh, Jesus Christ, another creature. And I could attack this. No, not this guy. Yeah, I'm just gonna attack with those two. And if they try to block, then I'll just tap it, I guess. They're like not really in a position to attack, right? So so I take 4. And I guess Linsiv can do both, right? Put this guy back and can search it up. Should be swell. I don't think I need to overextend anymore now. Let's see, so it's 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I think that's fine. I can just pass. I guess I could search for another rebel that doesn't matter that much, right? Let's get another Ramosian. This guy, because if they make tokens, at least the oh, I don't have another lieutenant. I have the sergeant. All right, the guy needs to rank up one more rank in the Ramosian army. All right, I'm just gonna swing with all. So to make tokens, they'll take 1 point of damage too, so... Yeah, I'm gonna Decree of Justice. What, I'm gonna get, what, 2 tokens? Oh, I gotta pay white mana for this. So I can trade one of those guys. So that's 4 damage here, right? They block 1, they still take 6. Is that correct? Block here. All right, so they had to block 1 of the 2, and then that's not a trade, right? So that's 3, 4, 5, 6. That's still 6 damage, right? Is that X-axis? Yeah. As you can see, I don't play a lot of limited. So I don't think Phyrexian Furnace is that great here. And I think I just want to Red Elemental Blast then. But I think I'm doing on another Tsabo's Web. So Seal of Cleansing. I'm going to cut that and source to Plowshares. Maybe, hold on a second, maybe I keep the Seal of Cleansing. Just in case. No, then I might as well just play Aura Silence. And this is just in case they have something funky. Like, well, I know a Lightning Bolt probably should have been a card to cut, because it was more like, yeah, Lightning Bolt's not great here. Let me see. I don't have like the many better options really. Earthquake actually, it's not terrible too. It is because sometimes these decks, they'll play a game in a way that it just go very long, and eventually you can run them out of cards. Yeah, an Earthquake for 3 or 4 can win the game. Oh, that's pretty cool. Or they play stand still. It's kind of awkward. Powder Keg. Oh, I forgot about that actually. Okay. Alright, so I'm gonna cast this. Get 2 extra planes. Draw. Play. And I'll play Scroll Rack. Excuse me. Actually, Seal of Cleansing, I just remember it was more like if they have a card like Humility. Okay. Disenchant. Oh no, what do they have Disenchant for? Not questioning my opponent's life choices there, but did I show any enchantments or artifacts the last game? I think it was all creatures, but I don't know. It was good. They killed my Scroll Rack. If I didn't have a second one, I'll be pretty sad. Alright, I'm gonna put everything back, I guess. Done. Alright, it's a lot of good creatures here. Yeah, I don't think I need Lightning Bolts now. I think I'm okay with just drawing the fetch land. And I can play this guy first. Okay, so they didn't want a powder keg for 2. That's good for me, I guess. I don't think there's a reason to scroll rack now. And I think it's gonna pass. I mean, I guess I could, no, cast a Nightwind Glider. No, I don't think I'm supposed to cast anything really now at this point. I'm supposed to just Sergeant it up. Okay, so put this 2 back. This one, I don't think it matters how I'm gonna do this. And I'll fetch. Get a planes. Yeah, I guess I just get this guy. Oh, that's so good. I'm just gonna cast it. Oh shoot, they have powder keg. I just realized that. They countered. Okay. All right. The dice. Okay, so he's got a powder keg. I feel like I'm gonna get hit with a 1-2 punch. Oh. Alright, let's do this in response then. Siv. So I think I'm just gonna draw the red elemental blast. Any order. Nice. 2 cards in hand. Yeah, I think I want to draw the Rab. All right, get my Ramosian dude. I'm gonna try to cast this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oof, I don't have the same. But as it turns out, I just want this. Like now, they can't also. Well, it didn't matter with this thing, but they can't. What's the word? They can't mana leak me. And I'm going to try to be very diligent with this Red Elemental Blast. I think I have to hold for Factor Fiction. I think it's the only card that gets in my head that I can't just outgrind them. I'm going to put this guy back in the deck. Untap. That's pretty good, I guess. Pick this up. I guess I want these guys, right? Kind of tempted to just search for the last scroll rack. I think I don't have to do that. All right, so I'm just gonna attack them. All right, so they have 5-6 lands. All right, so this Tithe is not going to do anything until God knows when. So they are 16. I guess we can just get a sergeant. No, not sergeant, the lieutenant. Well, all right. I have 4 cards in hand. No, 3 cards in hand. I mean, sure, like there's a Wrath of God coming down at one point, right? Yeah, he's a Wrath of God. Okay. Yep, you got me, opponents. But they are 13 life, so if I draw... if I draw the Erratic Explosion, then I can try to kill them with a Elemental Blast backup. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, I guess I can Tithe. Another Wrath of God. Oh, Exalted Angel. Oof. Okay. Well, I don't have a source of Plowshares in my deck. Oh. Well, this works out, I guess. And I'll play Plains, I guess. Alright, so I think that Angel's gonna hit me at least once, right? Well, I guess I could get the Night Glider, I guess. Is that what I want to do? So they go to 17. Yeah, I think that's fine. I think I want to untap with this guy. They're not an angel. We're gonna make 1 angel. Oh, 2 angels. All right. That's A-okay for now. We got Lane Civ. Unfortunately, I can't put the other one back. I think there's only 1 more land left in my deck that I can search. Yep. Okay, and I mean, I guess I can try to put them in a situation that they have to cast another another Wrath of God. All right, so we're gonna tap this guy. And okay, so this guy is gonna grab Night Glider. Night Glider. It's gonna block one of the angels. Yeah, I'll give it pro white, I guess. And I take 4. Alright, so end of turn. Hold on, let me do this correct way. Search a creature that costs 2 mana. It's another one of these guys. Huh. Alright, so I think I have to attack, right? So we can stay kind of like a parody at one point. And okay, so I'm gonna go to attack. All right, so let's tap the big angel. And I'm gonna tap one of the other ones. And yeah, we're gonna go to combat. All right, so now they decide not to do it. Okay. So they've got 4 cards in hand. I'm very tempted to just go grab a scroll rack, but I don't think that's the right thing to do. All right, so I'm gonna put a rebel back in the deck. I'm gonna put the Whipcorder. Just for insurance purposes, I am going to put back the other Lean Civ. And then I'm going to search for the other Whipcorder. Is that how you say the name of the card? Whipcorder? Yes. And I will untap. Oh, we drew the scroll rack. I guess I just cast it. Cool. I'm Am I playing scared by not attacking? No, because there are 14. I think my goal here, again, is to try to, I guess, explosion them. Oh! Well, that was a mistake. Alright. I'm going to take a sip of my beverage and miss my pre-combat phase. But this might be like a Wrath of God, actually. Yep, that's what I suspect. So they're 14. They have 2 cards in hand. So I'm gonna put this guy back. And then, yeah, everything is gonna die. Any order. And I will... I mean, I guess I can put back this to end this one. No erratic explosions and no... Okay, I need to shuffle my deck, so... Mana leak. Yeah, I guess I'll pay for it. I mean, they definitely have a second mana leak, but it's whatever. Nope. I kind of tune the Tsabo as well because I want to draw another card, and I feel like at this point, since Exalted Angel and the other thing is gone, there's a chance that, oh Jesus, did I set out the red explosions or something? Because I'm not drawing them. I have 26 cards left in my deck. All right, so next turn, I'm not sure. I think he's at 3 life. At 3 life, they can. Exalted Angel. Jesus, I can. Let me see. I think I have to spike a Erratic Explosion now. I think that's the only way I can win. Oh, there you go. All right, so unfortunately, I don't have counter magic backup, but if they have a Hydroblast, then I can't win. Sweet. All right, that was round 4. This definitely went way different than I thought it was gonna go, but happy that I didn't get punished for siding out the Source of Plowshares and also missing the whole attack step. But all right, we'll see how round 5 goes. All right, so we're back here for round 5. I'm on the play. And I guess I can keep it. I just can't cast the Lieutenant on turn 2 unless I draw another land, but we do have a turn 1 Ramosian Sergeant. And like I said, I think it doesn't matter as much with this deck because we don't have, I mean, there's no way I can activate this creature on turn 2 anyways. And they might just ping it, so it doesn't really matter. Okay. All right, well, at least I know what I think I'm playing against Sly, but it could be something else. I hope you guys like the fact that I picked some Mercadian Masks basics for this Mercadian Masks block creatures. Really makes me reminds me of playing this format when I was a kid. One of the 2 GPs I played in Brazil, like before I moved to the US, one of them was Mercadian Masks Sealed. It was in São Paulo. I think it was in 99 or 98. I don't remember right now, but yeah, that was one of my first GPs that I played. So I could play the Whipcorder, I guess. I think I'm going to try to get them with the Source of Plowshares on Lackey if they try to Jim Palm incinerate my Ramosian Lieutenant, I guess. Also, I'm slightly upset that I'm drawing a lot of non-basics with this deck here. All right, so I think I'm just gonna plow one of them. I need another land. Okay, this is the land, I guess. And I guess I'm just gonna pick this up and then play the Whipcorder. No pass. So, let me see. Another wasteland. Okay. Interesting. They didn't want to. Howling Tinker. Okay. I mean, I do have some targets for that card, but. I guess the. What's the name of the card? Scroll Rack, I guess. Alright. Let me see. If I don't draw planes. I'm in trouble. You know what? I think I'm just gonna get rid of Pile Driver right now. Sweet. That's kind of like what I needed. Alright, and I'll play a planes, and I guess I'll just say go. I could attack with the Whipcorder. Yeah, I think I need to start attacking. If I draw an Enlightened Tutor, I would like for them to be a 16 life. Even a Goblin is a deck that can like be very explosive. Whoa, I want this. Wow, okay. I was not expecting that. So Phyrexian Furnace. I think I want to try to do this combo. So Nightwind Glider. I'll bring Thermal Glider. I think I want Earthquakes. Circle of Protection, Warmth. I'm not big into Tsabo's Web because Wastelands are hardly ever going to like get tapped for no reason. So I need to cut 2 more cards. I'm thinking. I don't know what I want to cut here. I kind of want to keep my Lightning Tutors now because of these enchantments. I mean, I think Earthquake is good. Thermal Glider is definitely good. Maybe Scroll Rack. I think their deck is too fast. And then if I play a Scroll Rack and then they just have a Tinker on there, I don't know if they're gonna keep Tinker in game 3. I mean game 2. I'm sorry. But I feel really bad if they play and then I just also Scroll Rack is just like a really slow card, and I don't know if I have time to do all that. All right. Do I just lose to a turn 1 lack with this? I might. I shouldn't have kept his hand. Mistakes were made. Mistakes were made. And I cut some of the Scroll Racks now. All right, let's try to not mess this up too bad, like in game 2, I guess. I'm sorry, game 3. I think this game we're done here. I mean, I guess if I draw exactly Mountain plus Earthquake, I guess I can. Yeah, because Warmth it doesn't do that much against goblins, right? It's not great, right? Because they did. It's not Sphere of whatever the name of that card is, the one that red source to deal damage to, it prevents too. So, there's a dude. All right, let me play this thing. Let me see. Well, now I do want to draw in Enlightened Tutor or... I'm not really sure what I can do here. I feel like I'm just dead here on the board, right? Because they don't even have to cast creatures now, actually, with the Goblin Lackey. I just realized that. Okay, another Lackey. Yeah, no, they definitely don't have to cast anything. Yeah, I think Warmth is not the way to go here. Um, hmm. I guess I can play this guy. Yeah, I think we're gonna go to game 3 real quick. I just have to jump if they let me do it. I'm sure the hands like jump bombs and raiders, but yeah, they got it. All right. Kept a terrible hand. Sorry about that if you guys are watching and expect me to keep a more decent hand. All right, maybe warmth is not the way to go. Maybe I should just have the scroll rack really. But I think 2 is fine. I don't know if I want to have in my opening hand. I think my opening hand should be a Source of Plowshares or Lightning Bolt and ways to cast it. Okay, so this hand is good. I think. The Ramosian Sergeant can go up the chain. And if somehow they don't have a way to deal with a white enchantment, then maybe I can get Nightwind Glider plus Worship. And then if you don't have a way to deal with that, then I just never die. Sounds like a Highlander. Unless another Highlander shows up here. Alright, so now I have a lackey. Good job. But this time I wasn't a dum-dum. And I kept a hand that has a way to deal with a lackey. I mean, I could offer the trade. They're not going to take it, right? I mean, it's pretty telegraphed what I'm going to do here, but... I guess it was an argument for me to... No, I need to hold on to this because they do run Wastelands. Rashad and Port. I was not expecting Rashad and Port. Okay. I guess I should have so if they port me next turn, I can't. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna do like this then. Because if they port me, then I can't activate Ramosian Lieutenant, right? So I think it's better to have Enlightened Tutor. So Tsabo's Web would have been relevant. All right, so Skirk Prospector and Goblin Pile Driver. All right, guys. All right. All right, so we're going to put everything back. Oops. By everything, I mean all the cards in my hand. And I guess I just draw the Lieutenant back. Yeah, I think I want to hold on to that. Enlightened Tutor until later in the game. All right, so I'm just gonna play Lin Civ. I guess Power Drivers. I mean, Skirk Prospector is not too scary at the moment. It's a Wasteland. Goblin Ringleader. Okay. I don't think. Well, the Siege Gang Commander. All right. So if they attack. I think I just have to block Skirk Prospector and then bolt Pile Driver. Because they can't jump Palm Incinerator here, right? I don't think so. And I would like Lin Civ to Defiant Tormod Glider. Oh, Goblin Sharpshooter. Okay. So we're gonna go to attack first, and I'll bolt that guy. And then they take 3. Alright, all of a sudden, Enlightened Tutor is not great. Or Scrollrack's not great. Okay, so now they have Siege Gang Commander. They can swing for 2, I guess. So do I want to search up anything with Enlightened Tutor? Probably not. I think there was another land on top of my deck, right? I think that's what I need. Yeah, that is good. That is good. So I can get the glider here. They have 0 cards in hand. They can attack the team if they want. Alright, I am going to get a thermal glider. And I think I survived the attack. Oops. Gene Palm Incinerator. Sorry about that. My phone just went crazy for a second here. They're gonna kill that guy. That seems okay. It would be pretty bad if they wasteland. No, they're not gonna wasteland me. Or they're not gonna port wasteland. Alright, so now I'm just gonna search up worship. Alright, so if they don't have a way to deal with worship, then I guess I can kill them. Alright, it's a lot of damage. Yep. That's pretty good. This is damage, right? And okay, so I can just use this, I guess. If I draw like a white source, then, or a white spell. Any order, yeah. I don't think I need to play this land. No. So next turn, I could Earthquake for their board, unless I get Anarchied out of the game. Yep. Yep. So like the way I did it now, they would need both Anarchy and another source of damage, which, I mean, obviously it's not that hard for them to do it, but actually that's fine. So Let me do this right now. Erratic Explosion. Okay, so the only thing that's awkward is that fetch lands actually pay life, so you can't that doesn't prevent worship from worship doesn't prevent that from killing me. Now maybe I should hold this back, so like in case they have anarchy, but they don't have it yet, so I think we're good. Yep. So what does this do? Okay, reveal cards from the top of your library to reveal a non-land card or explosion does damage equal to the card's mana value to that permanent or player. Put the reveal cards in the bottom of your library. Okay, so I don't want these cards in the cards on top of my deck to be there. Any order. And Circle of Protection stays there. I don't think there's a reason for me to play too reckless here now, because there are 7. Dream Palm Incinerator. Oh, their own creature. Okay, I see. Lackey. Alright. Now there's a Circle of Protection on the top of my deck, right? So I think I can just... Oh, never mind. I'm stupid. I don't know what I'm talking about. Alright, so I'm just going to play this guy. I guess I could have played Erratic Explosion first, but I don't have that many I should say, yeah, I think I'm just gonna attack them. Do I know the top of my deck? I think I only know one card. That's a Lin Civ. Okay, so I'm just gonna draw Lin Civ. Gonna port me. Okay. Alright. Actually, if I do like this, I can keep them guessing, I guess. Again, I just don't want to lose to an Anarchy plus attack when I don't have to. It might seem a little silly, but excuse me. And I mean, I think I did another card, so yeah, that's all right. I guess I can play a Plains, and all I gotta do, I think, now is just find creatures with Lin Civ. Or maybe if I just find another Earthquake. I'm gonna see if I can shuffle my deck. Let's get one of these guys. That's an Enlightened Tutor. Okay, so put this and this. Alright, and I think I should win from here. Yeah. Okay, so we're gonna Enlightened Tutor. Put Drake on top of the deck. And target them. Oh, cool. All right. So that was a 4-1 league. Definitely learned what not to keep against, what kind of hands not to keep against goblins. It was definitely a terrible hand there. I also don't like how Magic Online did not. I forgot to like have the deck up when the league was over. Yeah, this version of Rebels that I've been that I'm playing this league definitely much better than the other versions of Rebels that I tried on in Premodern Magic Online. So like I said, this was a list that I found on Little MTG Top 8. I was looking for some other versions of Rebels. There's some other ones I played 1 or 2 games and didn't think it was good enough, so I just deleted them. But the Rebels text one is still kind of something I'm working on. Eventually I'll probably come up with a 75 that I like. But yeah, this one here looks sweet. Again, it was a list that I found from MTG Top 8. It was I think it was like Michael Major's name it was Michael Major's, which is a name, like I mentioned in the intro, that I remember from the SCG days, watching Legacy and Standard on every weekend. So yeah, it was really cool to see like a good player, like from the time that we used to watch Star City, a pro player get into the format and coming up with like a deck that to me is brand new. I've never seen anybody try this before. So yeah, not my idea. Just like I thought it was a sweet idea. I been meaning to buy some copies of Lane Saving Paper. The card is not expensive. None of the Rebels are expensive. I think they're all just a pile of like commons, and even Lane Civ being a rare is not expensive. But it's a really sweet deck. I think the only thing I was thinking the whole time was like maybe have some like ancient tombs so you can like activate your Rebels earlier than they're meant to be activated. But maybe it's not like the one game against goblins in game 1, it showed that the deck was like pretty vulnerable to wastelands if you do that, right? And I think one of the advantages of having Tithe and like a bunch of basics is that you're not vulnerable to things like that. And I think adding more lands that both do damage to you and make it more vulnerable to wastelands maybe is not a good idea. Yeah, I really like the idea. When I saw the warship and then the 2 creatures that have protection, the Nightwind Glider and the Thermal Glider, I was like, all right, this is really like sweet combo. Like, if it happens, like, I don't even know if I can call it a combo, but more like synergy, right? And I'm glad that I got that on quote unquote camera in the last round. I was just every turn I was just hoping that my opponent would not draw Anarchy and just make my Pillow Fort just crumble. And yeah, like I said, like I think the deck looks sweet. I like all I like the Enlightened Tutor sort of package that we have in the sideboard. Also, again, Premodern is still a pretty diverse format. I really liked the league. I think there was only 2 decks that were similar. The 2 Ponza decks in round 1 and round 3, I think. Didn't play, it was a pretty diverse league, right? I think we got to see like different decks in almost every round. Even the 2 Ponza decks, I believe they were a little different than each other. But yeah, if you like what you see, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, leave your comments below. Again, if you have ideas for Rebels deck, like I said, those cards will be on my cart probably as soon as I finish recording this. So I would love to hear ideas for Rebels. I don't want to prolong the video too much, but I've definitely seen versions with stacks. I've seen versions with Gaia's Cradle. There's of course the counter Rebel. That's like the old deck that we used to see in Extended. So there's different ways you can build decks with the Rebels creatures, right? And yeah, again, if you like what you see, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and I'll see you guys next time.